enjoy this experience because it's a very fun one. So happy puzzling and good luck to everybody.
And you have a special puzzling project, Ingrid, because you have a YouTube channel. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I also started a YouTube channel when I started my puzzling journey, and it's kind of fun because I enjoy watching puzzle videos and time lapses, and it's very interesting to see how you finish the puzzle because when you are actually doing the puzzle, you can't see the whole picture. You are concentrating one little part of it, and after you are finished with it, and you watch your video, it's like, wow, that's how it all comes together. It's a bigger picture. It's something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, now I've seen a couple of your videos and I saw that you also got a big piece puzzle. You'd also like larger piece puzzles too. Like, aren't you working on a 5,000 piece puzzle at the moment?
Not exactly. I'm working on a 30,000 piece
Oh,
puzzle.
okay, much bigger.
Yeah, if I actually, it's my first one, and yeah, it's quite a challenge, but we'll see. I hope to finish it this year, but I don't think so. But we'll see about that.
And can you tell us the name and the brand of that 30,000 piece puzzle?
The brand is 12, and the name is Twilight. No, Ultimate Saga Marvel something. I'm not. I don't know the name. It's
Okay.
with Avengers.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So speed puzzling and also large puzzles. Great.
Yes.
So, well, thanks for joining us. And I'm just going to switch now to check that everyone's ready for the competition. So we'll see you later. Thank you. Okay. So we'll be ready to go in about 7 minutes. So I'm just going to check who has extra devices. So there's expecting 78 people today, so it's a bit overwhelming to think that we have so many people. I hope we manage it all. So yeah, if you have a second device, if you're connected with two devices, please write that. Or if you um, have a different name to what you've registered with.
Is it fine? I just wrote my name in the comment. Is it fine? Or do I have to change something? I cannot change my name in the school.
That's okay. Once you log in, you can't change your name, but I can see. Yeah, that's exactly right. Just write it as a comment, and we have that there.
Perfect. Thank you.
In the meantime, I can already tell you that there's a lot of guesses about what this puzzle will be. It has already been said that it has been pretty much of a surprise. It's heavier and larger than what it has so far been. I have seen some guesses already, including Treffer or Gibson's. So there's guessing going on YouTube already. And very soon we're going to find out what it actually is. And as Michelle has already said once, there's going to be a surprise instruction later on for everyone, but we're still waiting on the rest of the people to join, and we're checking if everybody's there so that you can get that surprise instruction very soon. So this is going to be slightly special this time.
Okay, so that's interesting. Someone says that Gibson's has some thick pieces that could add weight. Yeah, so I guess there's three options for today's puzzle because it is as large and as heavy as a 1,000 piece puzzle. So it could be a 1,000 piece puzzle. It could be a 500 piece puzzle with double size pieces or extra large, extra heavy pieces. Or it could be 2 times 500 piece puzzles. So all shall be revealed in the next few minutes. And Shannon said that Gibson's has extra thick pieces. Okay, I know there are a few brands that have different, they have larger pieces, but extra thick. That's interesting. And there's also lots of support coming through for everyone. Good luck to everyone from all around the world where people are watching, from Brazil and around Europe, also the USA. So somebody asked, is anybody streaming today? Not that I know of. Madara, are you streaming on your, what's it called, Twitch?
She says in the chat that she has caught something and feeling a little ill. She's trying to participate, but then she's probably not filming.
Okay. So you'll have to tell me how to say your name correctly, because I always read it as Frushi. Can you say
that is actually correct. It's Fruji. So
Frushi? Okay.
basically the Z and S next to each other in Hungarian is like a je in French, is what I can the most easily explain. So it's Fruji.
Frushi. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I feel like every event I'm always pronouncing some names wrong, but I'm doing my best. I'm learning. Okay, so we have 78 people registered plus 6 extra connections, so we should have 84 people. We're almost there. Yeah, I just have some special instructions about today and I don't want anyone to miss that, so I'll just wait another couple of minutes before I start.
In the meantime, to answer the question, Madara is streaming on Twitch. To answer the previous question on YouTube, she just wrote in the chat. There is more and more people coming up with the 2 500-piece puzzles idea. I have heard that from others leading up to the competition as well, but now in the chat as well. So yes, that would also be pretty much of a surprise.
So the question is, if I did send you 2 500-piece puzzles, why and what would we do with the second puzzle? Maybe you have some ideas.
Probably just to fool everyone.
Okay, so we are at 7 o'clock, so I think we'll go ahead and start. So you may unwrap the puzzle and also remove the plastic.
Two tons. 500-piece puzzles. You have to choose one.
So it is in fact 2 500-piece puzzles.
So weak.
But we are only doing one of them.
So weak.
Don't worry. I did get a question from someone, is this going to be a 1,000-piece puzzle? And somebody already asked, somebody wrote to me and asked if it would be an extra large piece puzzle, but it's regular size, it's a 500-piece puzzle, and it's going to be one of them. So I'm just going to put myself up on the screen so that everyone has a better idea. Okay, so this is Falcon brand, and they often do sets of 2 500-piece puzzles. We will only be doing one of these tonight.
So
it's called Camping and Caravan. So above we have camping with tents, and the lower one is caravanning with caravans. They do look very similar at the first glance. So I couldn't decide which one to do, and I kept switching my mind about which one we were going to do
I was
tonight.
very confused
So
for a good few
I'm going to
minutes.
throw this over to Fruzy.
Good luck,
Fruzy.
Ma. I'll
You
lurk.
can
Thank
pick
you.
which one we will do
Ref,
tonight. I'll
I
just
will hope I
explain a
can
little
finish the
bit.
puzzle.
Camping above has less sky, but has a river running through it and a bit more of a bushy background. And caravanning has a larger sky section. Other than that, they're kind of similar in terms of number of objects, number of people, and yeah. So which one would you like us to do tonight?
That is actually a huge bit of responsibility that you just threw onto me. The thing is, like, I'm going to go personal here. We really want to have a caravan with my husband, so I'm going to vote for the caravans at this time.
Okay. All right. So everyone, open up your box. You will have 2 bags of puzzles there,
Ma, so cool.
and they will be labeled. They have a little picture. They have pictures on front of them, and they also have numbers. This is just the resealable bag, so that one's not the original bag, because my original bag, I ripped it up. I ripped it so quickly that I ended up ripping the bag and the little picture as well. So for example, this one here is got A on it. There's a number, and then there's a letter A. Option A is a tent, is camping. We don't want this one. Take this one and put it somewhere else. Alan, you can give yours to Eric, and he can puzzle it in the background. But you want the
So
picture.
dark.
You want option B, which has caravans on it, and we are doing. There's a double-sided poster in there. No, that's the wrong one. We're doing caravans tonight. So take the other puzzle, take the one with tents on it, and put it far away. When you're ready, put the correct bag back in the box and the poster, and
box.
put it on.
Oh wait.
Okay, I'm just going to write a message there in the chat, just in case we have some latecomers.
I already did that. It has already been added to the chat.
Good. So it's
Box part.
bag number B then.
Hey, stupid me.
All right. Then let's get
I'm
ready
going from
to
being cold all the
count
time to
down.
be so hot I have to put aircon on. Actually crazy. It's gonna be bad. This is bad.
So counting, so everyone has the box back on their table. Going to count down. Okay, there's still somebody putting it away. Benna's screen is
Caravans.
frozen. Okay, there she goes. So we only want the correct bag in there. The bag number B with a picture of a caravan on it. Yeah, Elizabeth, put it
Good
back
luck
in the
in the
box.
competition,
Put the
Ma.
lid on.
Thank you. I did take some drugs.
Sorry, it's a bit
so
more complicated
hopefully
this time,
I powered through it.
but I hope everyone has the right bag. Okay, I think we're all ready to go. Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The Netherlands supports the coolest puzzler, just so you know.
Sweating so much.
Carolyn, you can start. Carolyn Krzyzewski, do you have an issue? So I'm going to start by going through and putting everyone alphabetically on the screen. So since we have,
Yeah.
Hi,
so
it's
since we have
Lotta.
so many, I'm going to
Hey,
put
Lotta.
6 on the screen
I
at a
put headphones
time,
away now.
just so that we get through more
Sorry, guys.
people.
I need all my
So
faculties.
leading up to the countdown, I have actually seen that many people were staring at the images
There are
very
Dutch
closely.
competitors,
As
and I
you
am
could
still
all see,
rooting
this
for
is
your
a
speed,
pretty
Ma.
busy image. Both of them, but with different details. So it is going to be pretty exciting to see who solves the puzzle with what strategy. We can already see some people doing, yeah, very thorough sorting while they're flipping. There are some who just flipping so far. So this is going to be an exciting one. These busy puzzles are usually very divisive between people. Either people love them or hate them. Yeah, I'm one who actually enjoys them very much. So there's always something to do, and you always get to have a piece that you can recognize where it goes, but it also can lead to a little bit of chaos. At least when I do
This
something
is
like
not
this, I
busy
usually
compared to
notice
Jan
that
van Heesteren
like
puzzles.
all of a sudden I just create piles everywhere and yeah, turn into a pretty much of a chaos. But yes, that is the excitement of the entire thing. So there are some people who can handle these really well, and there are some who struggle. And yeah, we're going to see. In the meantime, in the YouTube comments, you can also tell us what you are planning, what you think is going to be the best time, who's going to win. You can also speculate top 10. So yes, you can fire away in the comments while we're watching everyone working.
Yeah, and I just want to make the point, the poster is double-sided. So I actually found using the box a bit confusing just because I kept seeing both images at the same time. So you may prefer just to put the box lid away and just use the poster instead. So just to confirm, we are doing the caravans. That was the bag with B on it. And I'll just put a close-up image. In a moment, I'll just put that up on the screen. At the moment, we have Adriana from Poland.
Gonna be pretty slow flip.
Amka from Germany, Amy from the UK, Andrea from the US, Annalise from Belgium, and Arkadius from Poland. Now, Andrea is working in double time there. Her hands are moving so quickly. And she's the highest ranking American at the World Championships last year. She came in fourth overall, which is an amazing result. And she also did really well at the nationals. So I'm glad to have a better view of her tonight. So I'm going to just leave her up on the screen a bit longer, and I'll go and see what others are doing.
In the meantime, there was a question if this is a ribbon cut. I'm not entirely sure. I can't really see it from the images. So Michelle, you might be able to answer that question.
Yeah, so this is just a ribbon cut, so just quite regular. There you can see a close-up of Andrea's pieces, but they do have it is a really nice cut. So you do have a wide variety of shapes of the knobs, and I didn't have any false fits with this one. It went really smoothly, and I think the quality is really great. So the brand is Falcon, and Falcon is a sub-brand of Jumbo from the Netherlands. So if you've done a Vazjig, or a Jumbo puzzle, you'll be used to the quality. So here we have Astrid from Denmark, Aurora from Denmark, no, sorry, Norway. Yes, Aurora from Norway, Benjamin from the UK, Carolyn from Germany, and Charlotte from the Netherlands. So Charlotte is one of our youngest participants tonight. We have 2 teenagers joining us. Charlotte Reitzema, and I'm assuming it's her sister as well, Matilda Reitzema, both aged 12 to 19 years and representing the Netherlands. Okay. So at 5 minutes, Andrea is already building the order, as is Charlotte. And others are still sorting. I'll just give you a close-up of the image again, since that intro was a bit confusing.
From what I can see on the images, a lot of people are starting with the sky in this case. The majority of the images that I see at the moment have jumped onto the sky, which is a pretty large part compared to everything else. So that
I don't know what I'm
is
doing.
one strategy that I'm seeing so far. I can't really see anyone who's doing just the edge at the moment.
So it's just this image, it's just kind of like the perfect days of summer. Everyone's happy. There's dogs playing, kids in the pool, picnic baskets, reading in a deck chair, just all the good vibes of summer. Even somebody, there's some kites in the background, and there's like a tiny little castle here in the background, cherry trees, also blossoms, just an all-round good summer vibe. So let's check in with Chiara from Italy, Claudia from Germany, Daniela from
Struggling
Germany,
is
Danica from the
dancing
Netherlands,
together.
and Elizabeth from Germany. So tonight we have 22 countries represented, and the largest contingent, so after I made my post, then we received another 20 registrations. So we have the largest contingent is 18 participants from Germany, followed by 8 participants from Finland, 8 participants from the Netherlands, 7 from Denmark, and
Typically
5 from
edge pieces.
Poland.
Okay.
People in the comments are very optimistic about what times we're going to see. And everyone is anticipating quite a good time on this one for everyone. The one guess that I have seen is 43 minutes. There's another one with 39. It will be interesting to see if someone goes under 40 on this one.
I think a sub 40 time is quite realistic. So this was the first puzzle that I did where I got under an hour on my first attempt. I did this one in 56 minutes and 9 seconds. So if I can do it in 56 minutes, then you can minus 15 minutes or minus 18, 20 minutes to get the winning time.
We also have some super fast people on today. So we know from experience that they are pretty fast. And
I'm not doing
usually
anything.
a puzzle like this, which is
I'm
like,
doing anything.
it has pretty well distinguishable parts. So it can go pretty fast.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Claudia is starting with the sky.
Kiara is also working on the sky as far as I can see. I only see like a small image for her as well. There's Claudia as well.
Well, it is kind of the only color that really stands out. When you tip out the pieces, there's a lot of green with all kind of busy, colorful details on them. So it is easy to sort out the sky. And the sky is not huge. It's very manageable.
From what I could also see, the caravans might also be standing out, at least the pieces that I can see. I don't have the puzzle in front of me. So the pieces that I can see on other people's images, like the whites, also jump out a little bit, but those might be a little bit more difficult to distinguish of which caravan it belongs to, because there's multiple of them. So there might be a little bit of a challenge to place what goes where.
So I'm leaving Chiara on the screen for a bit longer. So joining us is Eliska from the Czech Republic. It looks like she's doing that at a low coffee table. And then we have Ellen from the Netherlands. Possibly Eric is at the other end of the table doing the camping puzzle. Then we have Elodie from France and Amelia Korhonen from Finland. And it looks like Amelia has also started with the sky. So looks quite similar between Amelia and Kiara. They both started with the top edge and have done the sky section. Whereas Andrea is skimming through and picking up different pieces and placing them in the middle of the
It seems to me like the strategy is what Andrea is doing is that she already has most of the frame, and it might be that she's placing like specific pieces to where they might be in the image. And that's basically a wild guess.
So something that I did, so I did this a couple of months ago, and then actually we were camping on the weekend, and I thought, oh, this is the perfect time to do my camping and caravanning puzzles again. So it was quite funny because we were surrounded by, tents and caravans. And when I did this puzzle for the second time, after doing the border and separating out the sky, I focused on faces because there's actually quite a lot of, faces and body parts. So one option could be to just look for anything that looks like a face or a body and try and build out the people. Or there's a tree line in there, or you have like a row of caravans with wheels and windows and doors, which can also be sorted out. So let's check in on Amelia Lieberman. And I have to say she was correct again in her guess of the brand.
Nice.
I didn't get to see what she thought of as the image, but probably she was guessing a summary theme, summary theme.
I remember that at one point she was also saying 2 500-piece puzzles. So there she was correct as well.
Yeah, there's actually quite a contrast because next week's puzzle is the smallest box we've ever had. So between number 14 and number 15, it just shows such a variety of box sizes. Oh yes, and Jessie is actually camping right now, so she's actually set up a little puzzle station using a camping table and a tarp for some shade. So she'll be right in the in the zone right now.
Yeah, she is in the perfect setting. I have also seen that on Instagram that she has set up and that she is camping at the moment. So it is really the perfect setup at the moment. Very much in the mood.
So here we have Fenna from Belgium, Hannah from Finland, and Inga from Germany. And Hannah posted that she's got 14 family and friends watching her tonight. Yeah, so it looks like Andrea is working on the caravans, like working on the building little blocks of caravans.
Yeah, it looks like she's going from the center to the outside, kind of placing everything going by the details. And meanwhile, Kiara is already done with the sky. And
Good
it
luck.
seems like she's building the
I'll be
bottom at the
lurking.
moment, putting together the bottom edge. And then Amelia also seems like she has a majority of the frame, and she's also placing some pieces that seem to be like relevant either to the frame or to some details maybe. It's hard to see from here.
If someone who is at Hannah's house, could you just move the camera a bit further away? Oh yeah. Oh, that's better. Thanks, Hannah. Good. There we go. Yeah, we have so many top puzzlers tonight, so I'm going to so a lot of people to get through. Let's check in on Inga, Irina, Iris, Eva, Jana, and Jenny.
Oh, the top of it.
So Inga from the Netherlands. Irina from Germany. Iris from Germany. Eva from Czech Republic. Jana from Latvia, and Jenny from Finland.
Oh,
So Iris has also done the top sky section. And it looks like Eva is building within the puzzle pieces, within the flipped pieces. So it's, yeah, it looks like it'd be a bit hard to find some space within that.
Yes, it does seem like there are some people who are struggling with space. There's obviously, since everyone is in a different setting, we can see that they have a different amount of space that they have. Yeah, some are very, very organized with the pieces just in one direction or one side of the puzzle where they are building. And there are some people who are, yeah, embracing the chaos is what I call it. This is unfortunately what I do as well. And it sometimes works against me.
Yeah, it looks like Jenny is outside right now. So let's check in on Jessie and her camp setup. So there we go, Jessie outside. So she said she put up some cloth just in case it rains. And she hopes that the pieces don't blow away, and she hopes she doesn't get stung by a bee. Well, I actually was puzzling this weekend when I was camping, and my problem was I set up a nice space. So we had a caddy van and with a mattress in it, and I brought a puzzle board with me. So it was basically at standing height. So I basically had a standing table at the back of the car, and it was perfect for the first hour. And then the sun moved, the sun started to set, and the sun came at such a sharp angle, and was it so hot, I was just burning. I could feel the back of my neck burning, and then the angle was so bright that it was causing so much glare, and I had to move from that position. And then because we didn't have any tables or chairs, I ended up doing the rest on my knees, and my legs were going numb. So that was an added challenge.
Yeah, it is. It can be quite challenging to be outside, actually. The way my puzzle setup is, sometimes I have a camping table that I carry around in the apartment. So it is basically like camping. It is a camping table I use for puzzling, and it's, to be honest, not very comfortable because it's a little bit wobbly. But at least it can be easily moved when the sun moves, because with outdoor puzzling, especially if someone is not that horribly quick, it can happen that, yeah, all of a sudden the sun is in a different angle and it's no longer comfortable. I had the same problem before. I haven't puzzled while I was camping, but I have been doing some arts and crafts that I do from time to time, and that as well is just like all of a sudden the sun is just glaring into your eye. That is pretty difficult.
But that's a good idea, though. If you have a table that you can just move, then you can escape the sun.
Yeah, the one table that I have is, it's one of these foldable tables from Decathlon, which is like, from size wise, it's pretty okay because it's like perfect for a 500-piece puzzle, and it kind of also prepares you for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. I think it's kind of similar in size in what we're going to have there. And yes, the only thing about it is that it's a little bit wobbly, and somehow the height is just not ideal. So you can't really stand up because it's going to break your back. And then when you're sitting, it's somehow weirdly low, or not like, yeah, not the most comfortable. But it works if you have to move.
So here on the screen together with Jessie, we also have Johanna from Finland, Yuka from Finland, Karel from the Netherlands, Carolina from the Ukraine, and Katrin from Switzerland. And what I notice is that Karel appears very tall and has to bend down a lot to the table. That looks Like after a while, it will be sore for the back. But he has a lot of space. He's yeah, got a giant table and is making the most of it.
It is actually a pretty challenging thing for anyone who has to bend down a lot. Like that's one thing that I have been battling with a lot as well, the back pain of like bending down. So it is something that, yeah, either someone has to train for or find out like some sort of way to make it stop.
And here, while we have just Carol on the screen, we can see, yeah, building little islands of details. I think he's going for the caravans. Got some wheels and some doors separated. There's also like a little paddling pool in the middle, and there's a stripy, yeah, that was also a nice part of the puzzle, I have to say. There is up here, there's like red and white stripes, like an awning coming out from one of the caravans. That was also one of the pieces that stuck out, as well as the red car. Yeah. So the time is 22 minutes. I think I need to go a bit faster. Not even halfway through. Okay, Kirsty from Finland, Christina from Denmark, Laura from the UK. We have 2 Lauras. Okay, we have Laura from Denmark and Laura from the UK. Then we also have Laureen from France and Leah from Denmark.
It is very nice to see there is a lot of support going on in the YouTube chat. There's a lot of support going out to Finland. They seem to be very active in the chat. But yes, there's cheering going on for Annalise, Astrid, Steffi, Lena. Yes. So there's a lot of cheering coming on from the chat. It's nice to see that so many people are following.
So it looks like, yeah, it's like many are starting on the sky and pulling out parts of the caravan. Okay, so we have Lena from Germany, Madara from Latvia.
Is that? Yes, I was. The dress from the girl.
Jana from Germany. So Mafong is Jana. Then we have Magda from Poland, and Maria from Slovakia, and Maria from Sweden. So yeah, lots of similar places. Everyone's making good progress.
It is I can see that most people are done with the sky already, or yeah, either the sky or some of the details are already in place. So far it's actually just as an overview, it's hard to say who is very much ahead.
So here's Mariana. So Mariana from Portugal has taken a completely different approach. She's started from the middle. She's started from the caravans and is building out lots of people, children, details, making little islands. So that's interesting. Then we have Marie from Norway, Matilda from the Netherlands, Mandy from the Netherlands, Monica from Austria, and Mooney from Germany. And Mooney has quite a different approach. So she's basically just got single pieces all over the table. So it looks like she's picking up a piece, checking where it goes, and just placing it roughly where it belongs, even if it's not connecting to anything, or even if it's just floating. So that will be interesting to see how she gets on with that.
It is a pretty interesting approach. It might be a real challenge if you don't exactly know how big the puzzle is going to be. to like be able to tell like where exactly the pieces are going to be, but it is also a pretty good strategy if you manage to just like connect these islands as you are finding the pieces. So it is interesting to see the progress there.
So I'm going to leave Mariana for a bit longer on there. I'm afraid that by the time I get to the end of the alphabetical list, that somebody's already finished. Okay, here we have Nana from Denmark, Natalie from Germany, Nina from Denmark, Olivia from Poland, and Quinta from the Netherlands. So Quinta's got a nice section. She's got the sky done, and it's connected to an island of caravans. So it's always nice to see a big block there. So kind of similar to Mariana, except Mariana has done more of the lower section.
More of the side and the middle. And then here we see more of just the caravans and the specific details.
So I'm going to leave Quinta on a bit longer. So here's Rika, who's helped me out with four times now.
And with Rika, I also have a special connection because we're going to be on the same team at the in Spain. So we have it's pretty exciting.
So who else is on your team?
A girl from Germany, but she's actually Guatemalan, and then a girl from actually Germany. So we have 4 nationalities. Our team is going to be the global peacekeepers.
Oh, very nice. So Rika told me that she's taking the long way to Valladolid. So instead of flying there, she's actually taking a train trip and doing some travel along the way, some sightseeing. So that sounds very nice.
Well, that must be a really, really cool trip. I was also considering taking the train because I also like avoid flying when I can, but like I just don't have that much time at the moment. I have used up so many of my holidays, I can't travel that long. But it is going to be pretty exciting.
So here we have Rowan from the Netherlands, also got quite some blocks connected. Then we have Sabrina from sorry, I had 4 pages today of names. So apologies if it takes me a bit longer to find your name.
She's from Denmark.
Sabina, yeah, exactly, from Denmark. And then we have Sarah from Sweden. So it looks like Mariana's a bit further ahead than Quinta. I'm going to leave Mariana on there. So we have Siobhan from Ireland, Smaranda from Romania, or from the Netherlands. Sorry, I can't find Smaranda at the moment, but she's participated in a few already. We have Stephanie from Austria and Steffi from Germany and Susanna from Germany. Okay. Good. So just received a message from Ingrid that Tobias has half of it done. So let's get Tobias on here.
Yeah, we can see some pretty good progress being done already by some puzzlers.
Oh, wow. Yes. Tobias has done 2/3, yeah, over half of it done. He hasn't done the sky. Now he's filling in the gaps. Yeah, so in between the gaps, there's grass, a lot of grass.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive progress already.
So joining Tobias on screen, we have Tanya from Germany, Tekla from Hungary over at Vicky's studio, Global Portrait Project, that's James from the UK. And then we have Ulla from Estonia.
Yes, with Tekla as well, we have been to the same competition in Hungary. We have actually competed together in teams. So that was quite fun. Yeah, we have met a couple of times already. She is a pretty strong puzzler, and she's been also getting
Different
pretty
kids.
fast
Who's this?
recently,
No, that's kids.
from what I have seen. So she's been doing pretty well.
Yeah, she's a very, very formidable pair together with Vicky.
Yes, they are. At the Hungarian competition, they got second place in pairs in the end, which was a pretty impressive result.
So we're almost at the end. We have Uta from Germany, Farina from Austria, and Veronica from Germany. Now, last week, Veronica with her partner Magdalena came second in pairs. And yeah, we have Uta from Germany.
No.
And Victor from Poland. So far, I haven't seen anyone doing the wrong puzzle. That was my fear, that having this double package. I mean, I dismissed it straight away when I saw there were 2 puzzles in there, but then I just kept coming back to it because I was like, I loved the quality of the puzzle. And then I thought, why not? Yeah, so that what are we going to do with the second puzzle? I thought, since like almost 80 of you have this second puzzle, we should do like a summer challenge. So, because I know you're all going to speed puzzle it as well. We're all going to make up a Google form, and you can, yeah, speed puzzle it and put in your times, and then we'll see at the end of summer how everybody went.
That does sound like a pretty good idea. I'm going to have to order this puzzle.
Yeah, so I have a lot of these puzzles. So yeah, I have a lot of this puzzle, camping and caravanning, and I also have a lot of polygon lions. So when we release the next mystery puzzles, probably next week, please keep in mind we also have plenty of those in stock to yeah, keep those challenges going on in the summer leading up to the Worlds.
Are you going to have some of those puzzles in Trier, for example? Would it be possible to like have them there?
I can, you mean like to reserve one for you that you pick it up when you come to Trier?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I was also thinking of having that as an option, that if some people wanted to, yeah, order, if people are ordering puzzles like in August, that if they come into Trier, they can also just pick them up in Trier if they want, if it's not urgent. Or yeah, somebody also asked me who's flying. They said instead of them carrying their puzzles home as luggage, could we just send the puzzles back to them? So I said that would also be no problem. So the last person alphabetically is Zana with a Z from Latvia. So now I'm going to try and figure out who's ahead. So I'm going to check in on Andrea and Kiara.
Tobias seems to be very far ahead.
So here are some of our speedsters. Right now we've got Mariana, Tobias, Andrea, Astrid, Kiara, and Danica on the screen. And it looks like Andrea only has like filling in the gaps of the grass and sky to do.
Yes, and we have just passed the 35-minute mark, so it is possible that we might see some people completing it in under 40 still. It might still be doable.
Based on the number of pieces, I would say that Tobias is ahead. Looks like he's got about 30 pieces. Maybe Andrea has about 40, 50 pieces. since she still has the block of sky to do.
Yes. Mariana might be somewhere around there as well. It's harder to tell because she has some of the pieces in piles and she doesn't have the sky, which is going to still be maybe a little bit tricky. Kiara seems to be very organized in the meantime, compared.
So I just turned my head sideways to look at Emilia Korhonen's puzzle. So it looks like Emilia Korhonen is going very systematically from the top towards the middle. I was just trying to see if there are any gaps in the bushes at the top there, or if she had filled them in. But I do see a big gap in the lower section. So Ellen also doing well.
Hanna Lehikoinen also seems to be doing pretty well from what I can see.
So just checking with who's got the least amount of pieces on the table. Right now it's Mary, well, be Tobias, then Andrea, then Mariana.
In the meantime, in the YouTube chat, there are some people asking how specific people are doing. We might take a look at them if we still have a little bit of time. One is Quinta Kempelar, and the other is Inga.
Yeah, Inga is on the screen now. I'll pull up Quinta.
Olamar.
Inga is actually also doing pretty well from what I can see now.
Yeah, Inga doesn't have so many pieces left. Maybe like 30 to 40 pieces of grass left. But I mean, it's quite, I mean, Tobias has the least number of pieces. Andrea is coming up very closely behind. Tobias is very slow and intentional with his moves, and Andrea's hands are like kind of flicking around.
It
So
seems like she's more doing the trial and error very, very rapidly, and Tobias is more going for the certain hit. Inge still has a lot of green left. Andrea is coming up very close.
So Tobias, just a handful left.
Now it's turning exciting. We might not have an under 40, but it might still be doable. We're very, very close.
5 seconds. Go Tobias. Yeah.
Almost.
Let's see. Well done, Tobias. I think you got there like just on the 40 minutes. Wow. Okay. So
Congratulations.
well done. And so now it looks like Andrea is fighting for second, but it could be Inga.
It is very, very close at the moment.
Andrea, like 12 pieces, Inga, 20 pieces.
Yes, people are cheering very much in the YouTube comment section. It was an incredible time, the sub 40. So the congratulations are flowing in. And then Andrea might only have like 10 pieces left, maybe a little bit less. Hard to see. Her hands are super fast.
Second place goes to Andrea from the US. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
So that time was 1 minute after Tobias. And looks like Inga is going for third. Just trying to see if anybody else is close. Everybody else has a lot more pieces on the table, unless I'm missing someone.
There was a question in the chat whether Tobias is going to the Worlds, and from what I can see from our list, yes, he is. But we will be able to talk about that with him very soon, as far as I know.
Yeah, so just a quick note, just because we have so many people in the meeting today, I do request that the top 3 finishers, if you could stick around, and also the couple of people who I wrote to today to arrange an interview with, if you could also stick around when you're finished. But everybody else, when you're done, you could just just write a message that you're leaving, and then hop over to the YouTube to listen to the continue listening to the live stream, just so that we don't have so many accounts and so many people to follow. So I don't want to kick anyone out. You're all welcome. I want you to stick around, but if you could just do it over on YouTube, just to make things easier for Ingrid in the background, that would be great. And congratulations to Inga, third place once again, this time at 2 minutes after Andrea. So first place, Tobias, second, Andrea, and third, Inga.
Yes, congratulations.
So I think it's the 4th time that Inga has got third place. But she does very well with busy puzzles, so I'm not surprised that she's on the podium tonight.
We can now see a lot of people closing in. There's, I think, from what I can see from the overview, there's a lot of people now like placing the last 20, 30 pieces, maybe, from what I can see from here.
Yeah, so Mariana has about 40 pieces, Katrin maybe 50, Danica maybe 30, Kiara 50, Emilia Korhonen more, Hannah maybe 30.
She basically only has the sky left and those trees in the top. In the meantime, Astrid is also doing pretty well from what I can see on the overview. He has a lot of green left, but the majority of the image is also done there.
So maybe 30 pieces out for Astrid. And Amelia Lieberman, maybe 30 to 40 pieces.
Amelia's setup always looks so comfortable. Whenever you look at it, it's like very good height, and also it's like a good space to work with.
I think I would find the cupboards a bit annoying. They're kind of at forehead height, but she kind of just glides left and right, so she's never kind of leaning over so much that she would hit her head into the cupboards. But I'm always admired how clean Amelia's kitchen is. Rowan has sneaked in. Oh, where are you?
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So Rowan from the Netherlands. Let's just check. Oh, there you are. Oh, that's the second time I've missed Rowan. Sorry about that, but I get your next time I'm going to keep a closer eye on you. So fourth place is Rowan from the Netherlands. And let's check on Victor. So Victor is also very close, less than 20 pieces.
There is a question of how Ellen is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Kiara is also slowly closing in. She has maybe about 20 pieces left.
So Ellen, maybe about 30 pieces. Sorry, who did you just say?
Kiara.
Kiara. So we're up for fifth place. It could be Danica, it could be Victor, it could be Hannah, could be Astrid. Everyone's just got like
Just a very few pieces left.
yeah, less than 15 pieces left.
Yeah, Danica and Victor are very, very close to each other. And they're working on almost exactly the same parts, with some tiny differences.
Oh, and Danica sneaked in like 1 second before Hannah. So
Yes.
fourth was Rowan, fifth was Danica, and sixth was Hannah. That's going to be really interesting to see the times. And now it's Victor to see the times on the seconds. Like that was maybe within 20 seconds of each other. So Netherlands is very strong tonight. Victor is done. So someone asked to see Magda. Yes, I'm trying to find like the magic number of
Astrid is almost done. And done.
well done, Astrid. So I'm losing track now. I'm just going to put some random people on the screen. Let's see how Rika's doing and Quinta. Oh, Quinta's moments away. Last 5 pieces. Kiara, 10 pieces.
And Mariana is done.
And
Congratulations.
Quinta is done.
And we have our top 10, if I counted correctly. I think Quinta is number 10. So we've got Tobias, then Andrea, then Inge, Rowan, Danica, Anna, Victor, Astrid, Mariana, Quinta. And Chiara is done. Congratulations, everyone.
All right. So unfortunately, Hannah had a bad internet connection at the beginning of it, so she needed some tech help from her husband, but looks like that didn't set her back too much. Well done, Hannah. So I think it's time now to have a chat with Tobias. So I'm going to hand the questions over to Frushi, Frushi, because there's so much happening. I have to keep an eye on the rest of the screen. So
Yeah, sure.
then you go ahead, Frushi.
Yeah, so Tobias, I actually can't see you at the moment. But yes, basically we can go ahead with the first question that you have already received in the chat. Are you going to Spain?
Yes, I am, of course.
And yes, congratulations, obviously. How
Thank
did you
you.
find the puzzle?
Finally, a nice, busy puzzle, because that's my favorites.
So you're more the busy
Yeah.
puzzle preference person.
Exactly, I like
Yeah.
those. And this was a very nice picture as well.
And what was your strategy? Because yeah, we have only seen like snippets of it.
Yeah, I didn't start with Sky. I started with the frame, and then I just started picking out like the red pieces, and then the people, and then the other stuff, the caravans and the cars and the toys and all that. And then I went for the Sky quite late, together with all the greens at the very end.
Yes, it was pretty exciting to watch in the end. It did seem like the way you were finishing the puzzle, you're not the type who starts like throwing pieces and then just trying everywhere, but you seemed a little bit more methodic in that you're more like directly placing. Did we see that correctly?
Well, I don't know. I try at least, but it's hard. And then when you're shaking and it's very close.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting to watch. And have you done this type of puzzle before? I mean, the brand Falcon?
I tried it just this afternoon, just as a practice puzzle, another one. But I mostly stick to Ravensburger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking if there's still any other questions for you in the end. There's a lot of congratulations to you and happy emojis.
I have a question for Tobias. So we see that this sport is dominated by women. Do you have an idea why there's not that many men interested in speed puzzling,
No,
or why it's more popular with women?
There are still men at the very top, so it's not anything skill related. But it's just, I think it's that many women has it as a hobby. I used to like video games and computer games. So I come from that kind of hobby, but this is just like a continuation of that, I think. But it's still a challenge, regardless.
Because I find that with board games, like my husband, he's not interested in puzzles at all, but he loves board games and the strategy and like the beating part. And I can't play. I used to really enjoy board games, and now I can't. Now since I've started speed puzzling, I get really annoyed because I don't get to finish my play. At least with a puzzle, I always get to finish my puzzle, and then with the other games, it feels like my husband will just come and cut me off, and then change my strategy, and I have this feeling of disappointment. But somehow with puzzling, I just feel more satisfied.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah, maybe it's just a personality type that drawn to this kind of hobby.
In the meantime, I would also compare it a little bit to
Perhaps
chess,
that killing talent
where
of yours
like
can make
that's
a
also like a
difference.
male-dominated sport.
Hundreds of hours into
Like speed
Harvest,
puzzling is still
Syndicate,
pretty young as a
Expedition, and
sport. It might
Necropolis.
still
With so
happen
much
that like more and
spreadsheet
more men
navigation
turn to it.
experience, these
I
puzzles ain't got
actually
shit
also
on Ma.
like used to play a lot of
With
board
that being
games,
said, there's
but
only
then
one thing I can add.
switched back
Hurry
to
up,
puzzles
Puzzle
when
Ma.
the people
We've got
around
a
me
city
didn't
to
really
build.
have any interest in board games. Yeah, it is actually interesting. A good question.
All right. Well, congratulations, Tobias. So yeah, number one today. That's an excellent result, because you've been third and third with pairs. Is that correct?
Exactly.
So first time on top. So and in our biggest competition. So first out of 78. Amazing result.
Thank you.
All right. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Bye.
So we have a few more finishes. After Quinta was Chiara, then Ellen, Fenna, Katrin, Elodie, and Steffi. And Tekla, done. Last moment.
And Hecla is also done. Congratulations. Yes, and then Astrid was asking in the chat if Tobias was just above 40 or just below. I think he was just below in the end. Correct?
Well, the last time I looked at the clock, it was like 54 seconds or 56 seconds. So I don't know at what moment it was placed, but we'll.
Yeah, so it was very, very close.
but we can watch the replays and like do frame by frame to see at which moment.
Yes, Amelia is closing in. She's getting a lot of pieces. Charlotte is also very, very close. Maybe just 10 pieces left or even less.
I'm going to check on this. Charlotte is done.
Charlotte is done.
And Sarah Christensen. Oh, we missed Sarah. There we go. Sarah's the sister of Tobias. There we go. So the time is 57 minutes. So I was finishing like a minute ago on this one. Then we have Rika is done and Olivia.
We will probably still have a couple of people finishing before the 1 hour mark. Yeah, someone is very happy about the duchies in the top 10 taking over. Amelia is very close.
So yeah, so maybe now is a good moment to bring in Andrea. Andrea Peng.
There.
Wow, second place. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, tell us about your experience tonight and how you're finding the puzzle. Are you familiar with this brand?
I have never done this brand before. It reminded me of Gibson's, I think. I've done some Gibson's, which I love. But this is the type of image that's my favorite image. So I think, yeah, it just is really fun to do an image like this that's super busy. Relative to other puzzlers, I'm not a fan of gradients or like rainbow puzzles that require a lot of sorting. So I really, really enjoyed this one, and I'm excited to have another one to do later today in the box. So
Oh yes, yes, of course. We have the second in the box too.
Yeah, in that sense, this puzzle is pretty good because you can immediately jump onto the next one since you already have the momentum.
yeah, I really I mean, I've seen this brand before, but they're not readily sold in the United States, I don't think, or I don't see them at toy stores or puzzle stores. So it's fun to get a full brand, and just the last one was really super cool too to have that because I've worked at DOS Puzzle Collective before, but definitely hadn't seen that one, and I'd only ordered a couple very expensive puzzles from Germany during the pandemic. So it's fun to get a chance to just try them and be surprised when you open them up. So so that's good. I wish I had my camera on my whole image. I didn't realize that I didn't. You couldn't see the entire puzzle because the way I had my camera set up. So I wish I could go and watch it a little more. But
yeah, would you mind telling us how you got started with speed puzzling, and how you learned about it?
yeah, I've always done a lot of puzzles as a kid. That's what I would get for, Christmases and birthdays. So I've done a lot of puzzles, and just like most people here, everyone says, "Oh, you're so fast." And I typically finish a puzzle in one sitting. I didn't know about speed puzzling until like the spring of 23. I moved to San Francisco and met some people that were talking about speed puzzling, and I'd gone to one puzzle competition at a bar where you got a puzzle and a couple glasses of wine. And through that, I met all these people who were going to the world competition, and I really kind of wanted to go, but I didn't have a partner and wasn't really sure if I could make it work this year. I thought I would go next year, but my daughter, who was a senior in high school, so she was finishing up, is also a strong puzzler, and she convinced me that like her senior year she could take time off. We should just go and have a mother-daughter trip. So we went, and that was our first in-person competition that wasn't at a bar. So we had a lot of fun and met a lot of people, and now I'm obsessed, and I do I do every competition I can reasonably find. So
It's amazing that you've made such a fast development. If you only learned about this like in spring last year, and then at the World you came fourth, like that's an incredibly fast development.
I still think that was a fluke. So we'll see what happens. I've done well that I think some of these competitions have images that really play to my strength. So I would say a busy image like the one today, or photography, are probably my two strongest images, whereas gradients or kind of puzzles where it might benefit to sort a lot, I don't like to sort. So I think I just have gotten lucky at some of these bigger competitions with the puzzles that I've gotten. So
Go, Margot.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, puzzling with wine, that sounds fun. Speed puzzling with wine. I haven't had that yet. I know that there are some like lots of speed puzzling competitions at with beer at like beer craft breweries and stuff, but I don't think that's made it over to Europe yet.
I do that regularly at home, to be honest. Like most of the time I get to like puzzle in the evenings after work, and that usually comes with a glass of wine as well. So it is quite fun, but I have never puzzled in a bar. Like I have heard of pub quizzes and like board game pubs and stuff like that, but not like puzzle competitions in bar before.
Usually the light's not very good in a bar to see a puzzle, so it's not always the fastest.
Yeah, I can imagine that could be a challenge. And then how many competitions do you get to go to? Like you were saying, reasonably go to because you're obsessed.
Well, this summer, so in the United States, there's kind of a regional competition. So either for the larger states like California, or like a certain part of the country. And so I have three daughters who are 18, 20, and 21. And so I went to the two regions where my daughters lived. And so I competed in a competition in Ohio, which is a state in the US, and Washington. And so I did go to a couple more in-person competitions for fun. So now I can say I did competitions with all my kids. But it's a lot of online competitions through the US, speedpuzzling.com, that is usually like 2 or 3 a month, but I usually try to do 1 or 2 with a partner to kind of practice for that too. So I probably do with this here, maybe 4 or 5 a month.
That is quite a good number. It's also good that there's so many competitions available.
Yeah. I know the US ones are open because like Kesha and James compete and some other people, but I think the struggle is the time difference and how it works. Although those you can pre-record if you want, I guess, but that misses some of the fun to be online with everybody.
Yeah, it does add to the excitement that everyone is on at the same time.
So
And then have you seen any like big differences between American and like the European competitions, like probably just the world? Like, is there anything in like atmosphere or just the types of puzzles or anything that you see is interesting?
someone had said at the world competition, and it's only anecdotal, but the US competitors were all stronger at kind of like that busy little people puzzle. But the Europeans were much better at like an art puzzle or um, like the fine art or some of those images that the US people, I think, kind of not crashed on, but really slowed down. So I wonder if maybe the American images had more, like maybe it's more frequent at a store to find like collage puzzles or like mosaic puzzles or something. That's not a big set of experiences to go by, but I might think that yeah, that's the only difference I could really tell.
That is actually a pretty interesting anecdote. Now I really want to look at like the results in that sense. That there might actually be some truth to it. I don't know. I haven't heard that before, but it is something that is interesting to think about if there's anything different in that sense.
I think the US, we have a lot more random cut puzzles like the Springboks or some of those too that I can't think of many European brands that are that wonky kind of really irregular pieces, which don't end up in competitions, but I think that's what a lot of Americans grew up with, those, you know, not square or rectangular pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Now,
know.
the only one that I can think of that is in Europe is the one that is going to be used in Trier, which is the Eurographics, which has the smart cut, which is the completely wonky pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise, I can't think of any others that have like the very, very chaotic pieces. Treffle creates some of them, but I'm not sure how well known Treffle is in the US.
Yeah. I think a lot of Americans grew up with Springbok puzzles, and that's what most of the original competitions were, Springbok, which I like, but not for not for racing.
Is there a reason that you don't like them that much for being speedy?
Well, they changed manufacturers, I think, in the 80s, and so their quality isn't very good, or isn't as good anymore. So I just think they're like this puzzle I thought was super high quality, and the Ravensburgers are, you know, really consistent and sturdy, but I think the Springboks that you buy now are kind of flimsy, and I don't know. That's
Yes. Yeah, I can understand that. With the Ravensburger, the only thing is the dust that comes out of it. And like I have heard from more and more people that a lot of like new packages or new puzzles come with missing pieces. That has happened to many people. But otherwise, yeah, the Ravensburger is pretty consistent, but especially consistent with the dust.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for chatting with us today. It's a much better, more comfortable time zone for you to chat with us than 1 a.m. in the morning after already having done a whole day of competitions.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
yeah, we look forward to having you join us again. And yeah, great to have American puzzlers join us, and we'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you online here again, but also meet you in Spain. Looking forward to that. All right,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you.
So the time is 1 hour and 9 minutes, and yeah, we've had a lot more finishes.
Yes, in the meantime, a big chunk of people have been done. And in the meantime, I can also see that most people have switched over to YouTube, where the discussion is pretty heated. Well, not heated in the sense that like there is a lot of emotions, but people are chatting about how the puzzle was. It has generally been a good experience for everyone. Emilia had a little trouble with looking at the box instead of the poster. But yes, Rika is saying it was a challenging but fun puzzle. And for her, it was lucky that she did a falcon earlier today. And then Quinta is asking if she can see how Mandy is doing.
Yes.
Me too.
Go, go, Ma, you can do it.
Illegal.
Yes, in the meantime, as I'm looking at people still puzzling, there's a lot of people getting close to finishing again. There's Mandy is getting pretty close. From what I can see, she has maybe about 15, 20 pieces. Inga as well. Uta is also pretty close.
I just want to get one last look. Jessie has done with a nice camping setup. Well, enjoy your camping, Jessie and Jan. You can go back to living some of the scenes on the image. All right. So based on the number of people still connected, I would guess we're about half of the people have finished, but we're only at 1 hour and 12 minutes. So if you're still a long ways away, no problem. You've got plenty of time. Still got 48 minutes to finish this puzzle. So I just want to talk a bit about the second puzzle that we have. I'll just put one more person on the screen. Let's see. So the second puzzle is very similar, but I would say is slightly harder. So the second puzzle, camping, took me 4 minutes longer. So you can kind of, add a couple of minutes to your time between caravanning and camping. And so I was really happy with this puzzle because this was the first puzzle I ever did. So the caravanning one, where I got under an hour. So I think there might be some personal bests amongst the times. So if you're looking for some fun, easy puzzles, I know that not all of the puzzles that I have chosen have been kind of like speedy and easy puzzles. This one, I think you'll really like these ones. Maybe you'll get a personal best on this, or maybe you'll break that barrier if you're struggling to get under 2 hours or 90 minutes or an hour, whatever your time is. So Fruji,
Just finish the puzzle.
you can crack the 50-minute mark with this puzzle, get you into the 40s. I really believe that. And I also did it a second time and got an even better time. So a speedy puzzle for summer.
Now I'm getting very convinced that I'm probably going to order these ones because it does look like a fun image to complete. So, and it sounds very tempting to like break the barriers.
Yeah, what I really like about this one is that
This
you
is
can
not
just,
PoE.
regardless of which puzzle it is, whether it's camping or caravanning, I
LUL,
really like
glad
that you
you
can just
doing
pick up a
puzzles.
piece
Surprised
and
face.
just place it roughly where it belongs. You know, there's a brown dog face, there's a white dog face, but you can just place it roughly where it belongs, even if you don't have it connected to any other pieces. And that's the same for most of the details on there. There was very few pieces, like there was only a few pieces of like grass or bushes that I tried and I just couldn't connect, and I just put them off to the side. But in general, you can just pick them up, place them roughly where they go, and just keep that flow, keep that momentum going. So I hope other people are finding that, and you're finding that they're pleased with their time. So well done, Madara. Madara was not feeling well today, so now you can head off to bed.
Bad. I'm gonna go
Well, you
back
made
to
it
sleep.
through. Good effort.
It was an easy puzzle, but I just couldn't. Good.
So I better check my notes from Ingrid.
Last time I did a puzzle, it took me like 2 months. Sleep well, Ma.
Yeah,
Thank you.
someone is saying that
Feel better
Falcon
soon.
is very good. It's the unsung hero in terms
You
of
are a
quality. I have
6-speed
actually
puzzler.
never done a Falcon puzzle, so I don't really know, but I have heard good things about it. It's good to know that it is good quality.
Yeah, so actually I didn't even approach the Falcon brand to start with.
9,
I
10,
actually
11, 12,
was trying to order some jumbo puzzles,
14,
which is like the Over company, the Over brand. And each of the
18,
puzzles that I
19.
chose, I said, do you have this in like 70 pieces or 60
1,
pieces? And they were like, no, we don't sell that
4,
one anymore. And they told
5,
me like
26,
no to like
7,
5 of the
28,
puzzles that I
9,
chose. And they were all
30,
just like one
1,
box, one 500-piece puzzle in a box.
3,
But
34,
then the
35,
supplier
36,
came back and said,
7,
oh, by the way, we have these ones here.
10.
And then at first I thought, no, it's got two 500-piece puzzles in there. But
41, 2,
I came around to the idea, and I hope
7,
that people don't
5.
mind getting a bonus puzzle.
I think I was like
It is a good
53rd
little
place
extra.
or
It's
something
actually
like
an
that.
interesting thing that I have also been wondering about. Like, how do you approach a brand about like getting a puzzle? Like, how do
This
you
was a very easy
organize
puzzle,
the
but
puzzles for the competitions?
I'm gonna sign off.
Usually I just order a lot.
I hung up because otherwise they have too many people. Honestly, they had 70 participants or so, and I was in the 50th place, or 55th. I think I could have done this puzzle in under an hour. I struggled so hard to even start it. Anyways, I'm gonna sign off, guys. Thanks for watching. I just don't feel good enough to do anything else. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Why?